So you're probably wondering how I can afford to live so lavishly. Well, it's because I'm not crippled by college.
Is it college for cripples?
See, without debt crippling my freedom, I'm able to pay poor sods like this to dry me off.
This sucks.
And, well, I stay fully clothed so that it's more work for him. Here, I'll just take that.
Thank you.
And you're probably thinking two things. One, that these jokes have so far been terrible. And two, that I'm just a child who doesn't know what he's talking about. See, college is necessary. You think to yourself, debt is inevitable. And, well, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. See, I was valedictorian and I'm not going to college. I graduated with a 4.5 GPA, an average score of 4 across 9 different AP tests, which makes me the proud owner of the AP Scholar Honors Award, and I've had at least one girlfriend. At least. And, well, this is why I'm not going to college. See, it's because I'm smart. And I know what you're thinking. This kid is such a douche, and I hate him with the burning fiery passion of 1,000 suns. And, well, that's okay. You're allowed to feel that way, even though you're wrong. Now, I'm obviously joking. You're not allowed to feel that way. I'm valedictorian and I know everything. Well, again, that's actually wrong as well. See, I'm not gonna sit up here on my podium and tell you that school is evil and that you should just drop out, or, I don't know, insinuate that we as a generation should revolt against a school system that leaves thousands of kids drowning in loans, desperately attempting to claw their way into some sort of financial independence and go back to a system of agriculture and monarchy. No. What I'm saying is this. See, college can really screw you over if you're not careful. And, well, I just want to have a little discussion about it. You know? Maybe just have a little heart-to-heart and get intimate with me right now about choosing the road less traveled. So, in this video, we are going to talk about how college and going to it may be the dumbest mistake you can make, what's possible without college, and, well, at the end of the day, why you should take a gap year.
This is why college is dumb and you shouldn't go to it. Yo, who put this song on? Who put this song on? That's better. Let's get into the video.
Think about an 18-year-old you know. Picture him or her, maybe walk up to a mirror and get a good look at yourself. You've probably got a booger hanging out of your nose. You're worried because you left your jewel in the other room, and you're definitely stressed out because this summer was supposed to be so amazing. Way better than summer 2K18, and Ronnie hasn't even texted you back yet. You have this image? Good. Now, this hypothetical teen walks up to a bank and says something like, "Hello, $100,000 please." This teen is gonna get laughed at, belittled, made fun of. You are a child, they'll say. Go start a lemonade stand or something. Yet, you're gonna persist. You say it's for education, a great cause. They stop laughing. One of the bankers has a brilliant idea. Yes, he thinks, I can loan him this money and I'll only charge a small interest rate of, say, 5 to 7%. You'll smile, shake his hand, then the next thing you know, you wake up in a ditch 4 years later with a hangover that hasn't gone away, and you owe this kind, benevolent man $200,000. Sounds fair, right? Now, you know who else charges similar interest rates? Loan sharks. Great guys, right? Now, this metaphor paints a pretty ugly picture, and it's obviously exaggerated, but it does demonstrate one thing. College is expensive.
It's really freaking expensive.
I mentioned the valedictorian thing earlier, not to flex, but because even with my GPA, even with an entire year of school credit done, finished, because of AP scores, I still had to pay over $25,000 a year for each school I got accepted into, after scholarships, after a 1350 on the SAT and a 32 on the ACT. I have a big boy brain, and I still would have owed over $75,000 without interest to get a worship arts degree. Yes, I was about to go into music. How sad would that have been? College costs a lot of money. Amy Leighton, an important think tank lady, what a title, said there are populations who are borrowing to go to college or ending up without a degree and ending up with meaningless degrees and are worse off than if they had never gone to college to begin with. Did you know that almost 85% of college graduates come home from school jobless? Imagine if I had gotten a worship arts degree, was making $30,000 a year. Yes, personally I do believe God would handle that finance, but life would have been hard, very hard. And I'm still an intern at my church now, learning music and learning the same things. And I don't owe anyone $75,000. See, learning is still important. I am not an advocate for not going to college. Hey, baby.
Hey, sorry, I'm heading out. Dude, I didn't know you
look so... Yo, this is my roommate, Derek Bridge.
Yeah. I don't go to college.
Tell him about it, bro.
Yeah. I don't go to college.
Why?
because I don't like being in debt.
See, it's smart guys like this that
Ding, ding,
you know
ding.
he's capable of. He doesn't need school.
But I did go for a little bit just to test it out.
And what did you think? Yeah, you tested out. What did you think?
I thought exactly what I think now, that I just wasted my time. If you want to go for partying, though, God, it's a good time.
Hey, man. All right. Hey. I am not an advocate for not going to college if you don't have a plan, nor am I an advocate for going to college without a plan. Like, take a gap year or something.
Damn.
Because here's the thing, we've been told from a young age that we go to school to get to high school, to get smart enough to pass those important tests. Then high school is all about college preparation, so you go to college, so prepared or not, then you have a big boy degree and you realize you spent 22 years of your life to get to a destination that doesn't fulfill you. Is getting a job and getting money everything? We have this idea ingrained in our brains that getting a good job is it, and college is the only way to do that. That's success and that's happiness. But do you realize that who you are right now as a person is not going to change when you're out of college, when you have that job? Why is it that so many adults, so many of our parents seem to be so unsatisfied with their jobs and lives? Going to college as the fast track and only way to success is a recipe for an unhappy life. And it's not that you can't be successful, but your degree and the job you might get with that degree is not going to make you happy. I got lucky in a way that I have a job that fulfills me, that I'm able to pursue my creative passions without debt on my shoulders, and I'm still learning
Every damn day.
I learn every single day more about editing, about filming, and about business. And I really was lucky to get here, but there is no such thing as luck. I wouldn't be here without my decision to take a gap year and figure some things out about myself. I made a decision to do something that most people thought was crazy.
Se está grabando. Más abajo. Más abajo. Más ahí.
I took a risk, and so far it's panning out. Yet I wouldn't be here without school either. I learned how to think, how to be critical, how to handle stress, how to balance work and life. We need school to grow, but school is not the only way to do so. I worked in the service industry for 4 years, hosting, busing, serving, bartending, baristaing. My coworkers came from all walks of life. Those who finished school, those who didn't, and many of them spent and still spend weekends, weekdays getting trashed and hanging out. Your college degree says nothing about who you are, and I truly believe that. The focus in life lays so heavily in the what and not the why, the where and not the how. Get a degree to get a job, and then you will be happy because it's what you're supposed to do. Now, college didn't make sense for me because I have the ability to get experience now, the ability to work a decent job now. Because I took a gap and did something off the track, when the opportunity came for me to start video editing, I took it. How many opportunities have you missed? Anyways, you get the point. People don't like school, but that's not a reason not to go. Life isn't easy and maybe people need to just get over themselves, but I find it ridiculous,
Absolutely disgusting.
that everyone believes you need college to be successful or to make a life for yourself. You should not be required to go into debt to live. Did you know that student debt is now equal to mortgage debt and credit card debt combined? Because here's the real problem with debt.
You're done for, kid.
My parents are still paying off student loans. If they wanted to start a business or an opportunity came along to take a risk, they couldn't have done it. Any dream they may have had to be financially free can't happen until debt is paid off. Do you really want to start your life after you're 40? College used to make sense. In 2005, the average tuition was $17,000 a year. Now it's $45,000. People used to pay more for people with degrees. People used to care about all the titles you have. An MBA from Harvard now? Freaking meaningless. When I gave all my classifications at the beginning, you didn't care. Nobody cares about my scores or my GPA or any of that bullcrap.
I didn't even get good scholarships with that stuff.
Picture a high school student right now or your classmates. How at 17, 18 years old can a kid be expected to pick what they want to do for the rest of their life without any emotional maturity or leadership development? So much stress, anxiety, and anger is caused by this decision in high school kids. And college is not the only way to go. Me and my roommates at 19 can afford to pay $2,400 in rent and expenses every single month with restaurant service and a low-paying editing job. You do not need college to have a life. And then think about every super successful entrepreneur or famous celebrity, or like freaking Steve Jobs, for crying out loud. They didn't get lucky to be where they are. Most of them did something different. They dropped out, they didn't go to school, and they were able to act on opportunities that came their way. Hey Ty,
Yo, what's up?
what do you think about college?
I mean, it's something that I personally don't agree with. You know, it's a lot of money to go out and party. Knowledge you gain from college is not as relevant as actual work experiences. And like the idea of going out and just making a life for yourself and figuring out what you need to is a lot easier without the perimeters of the school.
You heard it here first, folks.
I can't make a decision for you to do school or not. I just want to encourage you to think about the why. And I really want to encourage you to take a gap year. It is the best decision I ever made. I went to Europe for 3 months, experiencing a taste of life I would never have gotten if I had debt looming over my head. And with the rest of my time, I served tables. Not worried about school or anything else, I got to taste what adulthood is like.
Okay, let's do 3 blind mice.
And realize that I could do it now on my own without formal education. So my roommates, one skipped college and one dropped out. We started a clothing brand called My Only One Desire. We want to lead people in believing they should focus on their goals, their desires, their passions, and then do everything else. We could not have started this business if we went to college. We couldn't afford to live on our own with student debt. Now, we aren't going to make millions, but we are learning so much, and at the same time making some extra money to keep living. Take some time to discover who you are outside of school, outside of immature classmates and relationships. Take some time to learn how to freaking budget and be a real human being, because you're going to have to learn these things once you're done with college, and then you're going to be using your degree to get a job to pay off your debt you incurred to get the job. As kids, there's this weird expectation that we are incapable of doing what adults do. But what are they damn doing? Nobody knows what they're doing. Most people feel unfulfilled and they want us to take the same path they did because it's not working for them and they aren't happy. You, right now though, however old you are extremely capable of doing whatever you want to do. If you put your mind to it, it will happen. Your age means absolutely nothing, just like your college degree. The biggest point I want to hammer in, college or not, is that you should not be content doing what you do just because it is what you are supposed to do. Don't be satisfied just skating by in life, hoping that once you get to the end of college and you get your job that you're going to be fulfilled. You're the same person now as you will be then if you allow yourself to just follow the leader. Now, if you want to be a doctor, you got to go to school. But if not, and that's probably most of you, just think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. This is such a risk to take, but you can start with just a gap year. Do it. Take some action for yourself. Do something off the beaten path. I think you're gonna surprise yourself with what you are capable of. College is expensive. You can make a life for yourself without it if you are still committed to learning and growing. You don't have to do what everyone else seems to be doing. I was valedictorian. Well, this was why I'm not going to college. Freaking nerds, dude. Freaking nerds. Freaking nerds. Going to school, you nerd? Huh? What are you? What are you, a nerd? A loser? Huh? A little
Loser boy.